Aquarius, welcome to your reading. This is for the next 3 months with me, Adrian. Welcome to the channel. For those of you that are following me, you will know that in the last one, this is very skew, and I don't like it when it's skew. Sorry about that. In the last reading, I said we're going to do new love readings, but I was very strongly guided to do 3-month readings for you first. So we sort of take it from where we are at the moment, September, October, November, and just kind of park you there in the first week of December. And time really flies. So obviously this is a general reading, and also if you are looking at this reading, say in October, there's no timestamps because it's one reading. But if you're looking at it in October, say for example, then look at October as your current energy, look at September as the sort of the recent past that brought you towards where you are, and look at November as the energy that's coming towards you. Okay. For all of you that are supporting my channel, I'd really like to thank you. Thank you for your likes, thank you for your comments, thank you for your shares, thank you for your subscriptions. Remember, you subscribe to hit that notification bell so you know when your readings are coming out. Thank you for the donations that you are making to me. And if you want to know about any of the other things, if you are interested in learning to read the tarot for yourself, there's a link for my detailed online tarot reading course in the description, as well as if you want to, contact me for just personal tarot coaching, regression hypnosis, crystal healing, Reiki. All of those details is down below in the description. Also to let you know that during next month, I am going to teach Reiki level 1 and Reiki level 2, and I'm only going to take 4 students per class. Okay, so if you're interested, do contact me for that as soon as possible. Okay, now let's look at your reading. We're going to start with September. See what we have for you for the month of September, please, for Aquarius. What are you all dealing with? What are you all dealing with? What are you all dealing with? Okay, now Aquarius, there's a bit of a stubborn streak there. You see it? Nothing's happening. Okay? Some of you might not want to face things for what they actually are. Right. No wonder some of you don't want to face things for what they currently are, because for some of you, there are some patterns here that are disintegrating. There are some ways of being, ways of doing, that is just not all that viable for you anymore. Okay, so this is a space where things are, let's say, having the experience of things falling apart. For many of you, this might be a very stressful period. You might be feeling that this is the end of the road for you. Like, you've tried your best, you've done your best. You almost like, in a sense, almost like a soldier that went to war, and then, the king calls everybody up to come and defend the land again, and you're like, I can't do it. I don't have what it takes. I'm sorry, I would love to, but I don't have what it takes. I just don't. Some of you might be feeling very tired at the moment, very overwhelmed. But I feel that the direct reason why you're having that is because your energy is setting into a sense of stability for how you will feel sort of like the rest of your life. So for many of you, this is obviously a general reading, but there's a sense here of a lot of those old sort of nya patterns that you may have had, that weren't sort of like working out, or some of you, there's almost like there might have been a sense of avoidance that was happening for you, and it's almost like things are being shaken up here for you. Like, you can't just sort of ignore things any longer. This is a space of really, really not only stepping into your power, but becoming one with that power. And even though it's a really, really wonderful thing, it is a little bit of a trippy thing, because I also feel for many of you, it's sitting there within the emotions. And when you think about it, when you feel it, it's like that feeling in the emotions that you realize this is, this is kind of like the space of how you can look forward to your life in many ways going forward, which I'm not saying is a bad thing at all. It's just that, it's almost like in energy, you realize where you're going, where you're heading, and in many ways that can be really, really overwhelming sometimes. There at the bottom of the deck, you've got the 6 of Swords, and there is there is a space that really encourages you to make peace with your inner demons, okay? So instead of trying to fight them, rather make peace with them, okay? Now, so there is September. Let's see what we got for October. Where is this leading, y'all? Oh. There's a fear here of not having enough. Not having enough, not enough provision, things falling apart, same sort of energy from September. I just feel in many ways it's almost like it's amplified in October. For many of you Aquarius, if you're concerned about September, I feel that you're making it through September very much by the skin of your teeth in actual fact. But you are making it through, and now you're getting to October, and when it gets to October, I feel for many of you there's a sense of, you know what, I think I should do something different with my life. I think I should take a different path. This is almost like the motivation to take action, but it does come from a point of fear and a point of lack and a point of limitation and a point of like a scarcity mindset, basically, which I feel, because I'll tell you, sorry. So in September, there's a lot of it's almost like taking the logical approach for you in September doesn't really work all that well. So it's a more sort of a space where you want to roll with the emotions. But for some of you, this could be making you very overwhelmed. Like it just doesn't sit all that well with you, you know, because it's almost like things can't be logically figured out. And that is what I feel that is causing a lot of sort of distress for a lot of you, almost a sense of disharmony within. And when you get to October and you sort of just made it, you're like, oh my goodness. But what I also get is that it's almost like there's a vault in the mind, so to speak, that is opening for you in October. And there's a realization that, you know what, maybe I need to go back to the drawing board. October is a very good time for you to go back to the drawing board. And what I want to encourage you to look at, Aquarius, you can start now, but for now, I'm really going to encourage you to just be kind with yourself and to just be, almost like patient with yourself in a sense, okay? But coming to October, there is a space where you can start looking at not will I be able to get through this, but more in a sense of like, how will I be able to get through this? Because September, as I said, there is that little bit of a feeling of kind of like going down like downhill in a very curvy hill on a skateboard, and you've never sort of ridden a skateboard before type of thing. Just hang with that for a moment there. Now remember to be patient with yourself. Remember to be kind with yourself during September. That is very, very important for you. It's absolutely paramount. And then in October, there is a space where you get to see more clarity about things, more realizations. And October is also the space when you are creating miracles for yourself. October is that new beginning space. So I feel that a lot of you, it's almost like you've got this inner sense that that there's really something amazing that's coming your way. There's something really incredible coming your way. And you're starting to feel that in September, but you're not seeing it yet. And that in itself is, it's really not sitting too well with many of you, which is perfectly fine. But then to, again, as I said, practice the patience in September. And when you get to October, it's almost like the mist sort of clears in front of the sun, and you get to see sort of like a broader perspective of things that's available for you. And there's really big breakthrough. So for some of you that are feeling at the moment that it's almost like, that mind pattern analytical part of yours is just not working. The more you try to make sense of things, the less they make sense. That is very typical for you in September. But as you then get into October, you're getting that real flow of yours back again, So don't worry, it's not lost. It's almost, in a sense, it's almost like your energy is recharging. Okay, so let's see where all of that takes you in November. For Aquarius, please. Oh, bending the cards. Alrighty. Look at you in November, styling like nobody's business, back with a bang, So this kindness that you are encouraged to take for yourself at the moment, this little bit of a timeout that you're encouraged to take for yourself at the moment, Aquarius, it really serves you really, really well when you get to November. There's almost like a rev up of the energy that is happening here for you. And, let's say, to make an analogy, let's say you're going to run quite a big marathon, like a full marathon. You're obviously going to train really hard for that. You're going to get sufficient sleep and nutrition and hydration and all those type of things. But before the race, it is of utmost importance, that you get completely rested, that you really build all that energy within yourself, I mean, nobody is, well, I can't really say nobody because I actually know somebody who will do this, but very few people that I can really think of is going to go out and say dance all night long at a party and then go run a full marathon the following day, so your energy is, there's a sense of replenishments that are taking place for you at the moment, which is really, really important. There is a growth here within the emotions. I feel that for some of you, Aquarius, there's a wonderful relationship that you would have had with your mind, with the analytics, with all those sort of things. But for some of you, your relationship with your emotions started to fall sort of like down the wayside little bit by little bit by little bit. And as you're coming into November, with this clarity of mind, you're also realizing what it is that you need to do to tend to the garden of your emotions. So again, September is a feeling space. October is getting more clarity. November is a refining space. Okay, and there also for you, November is it's a space that gives you new things. New possibilities, new prospects, new opportunities that you weren't even thinking about, that you weren't even considering. Okay, let's get you an overall energy and also see what parks you just sort of like in the first week there in December. So the moon. So yeah, beautiful balance that's coming about with emotions. For many of you, the balance with emotions really isn't good. And remember, just because you feel your emotions and just because you feel them very strongly, doesn't mean you've got a good balance with them. So that is what's coming about for you. Some of you are, and I feel that it's starting at the moment here in September and especially in October, there's that, it's almost like this hard shell that many of you have around you, like this barrier of protection that it may have been necessary at a certain period of your life, but isn't really necessary anymore. And so there's that release from that. There might also be a wonderful connection with love that is taking place for you in November. So I feel, especially for some of you that were in a space where maybe relationships didn't work out and love didn't work out, I don't want to sound funny when I say this, but there's almost like a space where there might have been almost like a relationship space where it was almost like maybe a relationship of convenience. And it's almost like a lot of you have taken on more sort of like very yucky sort of emotional debris as a result of that. And that's being released to place you in that space where you can be ready for beautiful, reciprocal, healthy love in September. Okay, so you ain't styling alone over season time. I see you giving, there's a chance here that I see that you're giving someone, for those of you that are interested in love, it could also be just a passion project, but there's a chance that you are giving something here that maybe you didn't feel brave enough to do before. And at the bottom of the deck, there you have, there's a sense of peace that's coming about. Some of you might be in a space where maybe things are not sitting so well with the family, with the close friends, that sort of thing. I also feel that some of you are in the space of forgiving yourself. I don't know who this is going to resonate to, but forgiving yourself for the fact that maybe your animal passed and somehow you feel responsible for that. There's that forgiveness and understanding also coming towards you that it really wasn't your fault. Okay, so that's what I got for you. I hope that helps, Aquarius. If the reading resonates with you, I'd really appreciate you liking the video because it helps my channel to grow. And also, if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. I'll see you next time.